Breaking news in the U.S. On September 10, 2025, during a public event at Utah Valley University, Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, was tragically shot and killed. Tyler Robinson, 22, has been arrested in connection with the incident. Anonymous sources suggest that this tragedy may be more complex than a single act of violence. One source stated, Charlie was pushing to get the Epstein files open, and could Charlie's death come from that end? Another added, it's possible. Imagine how many powerful people are on that list. As we break down these events, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any verified updates. Comment below where you're watching from, because your perspective could help uncover details others might miss. Charlie Kirk was never one to shy away from controversy. Known for addressing uncomfortable truths, he publicly criticized delays in justice and pushed for transparency in high-profile cases. In July 2025, he spoke openly on his podcast about the Epstein case, calling for the unsealing of all files and a thorough investigation. These actions drew both support and scrutiny. By September, Charlie had become a figure whose questions and activism may have put him at risk. On September 10th, the day of the tragedy, what should have been a routine university event quickly turned chaotic. Tyler Robinson is in custody, but inconsistencies have emerged. Witness statements differ on the exact sequence of events, and some segments of security footage are missing or unclear. Anonymous sources hint at the possible presence of others, though nothing has been confirmed. Every detail matters. Small inconsistencies may reveal larger patterns. As we connect the dots, a more complex picture emerges. Charlie's push for transparency on sensitive files may have drawn unwanted attention. Reports suggest he may have received prior warnings, although this is unverified. Gaps in witness statements and video footage suggest some events remain unclear. Alone, these details are small, but together, they raise questions worth exploring. Comment below, what do you make of these inconsistencies? Could there have been external influence, or someone else involved in ways we do not yet know? Several sources provide additional insight. One suggests Tyler may not have acted entirely alone. Another points to irregularities in evidence handling. A third mentions Charlie had prior security concerns. While none of these reports are confirmed, multiple independent suggestions of irregularities cannot be ignored. Why were parts of the security footage missing? Why do some witness statements not align with forensic reports? Could external factors have played a role? Hit like if you want us to continue analyzing these sources, and comment if you've seen credible information. Your insight could help piece together the bigger story. The investigation itself is growing increasingly complex. Authorities are reviewing court filings, police reports, and witness statements, and re-interviewing individuals to clarify discrepancies. Confirmed facts remain. Tyler Robinson is in custody, and Charlie Kirk's death has shocked the nation. But anonymous reports indicate there may be more beneath the surface than publicly reported. Each timeline discrepancy, missing footage segment, and conflicting account could point towards something significant. Where are you watching from? Comment below. Your observations may help fill gaps that others overlook. As this investigation continues, it is essential to approach every report with care. Appearances can be misleading, and anonymous reports should be considered part of a broader pattern rather than verified fact. Verified information will be shared as soon as it becomes available, but piecing together the full story requires examining all angles. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated in real time. Comment where you're watching from, because your input helps us examine the story from multiple perspectives. Authorities are still conducting a deep, ongoing investigation, and all facts will be verified and clarified as information emerges. This story is far from over, and every detail matters. Stay with us. Every verified update, every report, and every clue will be presented as soon as it is confirmed. By paying attention to the details and connecting the pieces, we may begin to see a clearer picture of the events surrounding Charlie Kirk's death. Your engagement matters because every comment, like, and shared insight helps build understanding and may uncover angles others have missed. The investigation will continue, the facts will be verified, and as the story develops, we will share updates immediately. Until then, remain attentive, remain questioning, and remain engaged, because the full truth is still unfolding, and your perspective could make a difference. On September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk was scheduled to speak at Utah Valley University as part of his American Comeback Tour. The university quad was filled with students and faculty anticipating his speech. As he took the stage, emphasizing free speech and civic engagement, a gunshot rang out. Kirk was struck and rushed to a nearby hospital, but he was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. Tyler Robinson, the suspect, fled the scene, but later turned himself in. He faces multiple charges, including aggravated murder. The assassination sparked nationwide outrage. A memorial service at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, drew over 100,000 mourners, including high-profile political figures. Erica Kirk, Kirk's widow, delivered an emotional eulogy emphasizing forgiveness and the continuation of her husband's mission. Meanwhile, the Jeffrey Epstein case looms in the background. Epstein, a financier with connections to powerful figures, was found dead in his jail cell in August 2019. Officially ruled a suicide, numerous irregularities have fueled speculation. Malfunctioning cameras, lapses in jail protocol, and the sudden removal of his cellmate. Former U.S. Attorney General William Barr reaffirmed the suicide ruling, dismissing conspiracy theories. Epstein's estate, valued at over $630 million, has only partially compensated victims, and financial documents suggest critical evidence may have been withheld during civil cases. Charlie Kirk had publicly called for the unsealing of Epstein-related files. His advocacy may have placed him at odds with powerful individuals. On the day of the shooting, multiple witness accounts differed on timelines, and segments of video footage were unclear or missing. The FBI is investigating the possibility of accomplices. Analysts and journalists continue examining every angle, while anonymous reports hint at prior warnings Charlie may have received. The parallels between Kirk's death and the Epstein unresolved case are striking. They both involve questions of accountability, transparency, and the lengths some may go to protect influence. Social media, news outlets, and public discourse reflect the nation's demand for clarity and justice. Security analysts are reviewing gaps, contradictions, and missing evidence, noting that minor inconsistencies may reveal larger patterns. Authorities continue their deep investigation. Court filings, forensic reports, and witness statements are being reviewed and re-interviewed. The public is encouraged to subscribe, like, and comment on verified or credible insights. While anonymous information provides context, only confirmed facts are reported officially. The pursuit of truth is ongoing, and every verified update will be shared promptly. The deaths of Charlie Kirk and the unresolved Epstein case remind us that truth is often layered. Attention to detail, critical thinking, and public engagement remain crucial. Every verified piece of information, every observation, and every contribution helps illuminate the larger picture. Authorities are still conducting their search, and all facts will be verified as they emerge. Stay vigilant, stay engaged, and participate responsibly. The story is far from over, and your perspective could help uncover critical angles in these unfolding events.